I think everybody this year is better because of what they're doing, how they're playing. The league itself is just growing immensely. But this game here, NRG, looks to be toppling the rest as we get onto Pearl.
Here.
This pick coming in from NRG. They find there's a few towards that lane side of A, and a mid control to start things off. A lot of damage done.
We are fighting hard. Wow. Low HP on Artis as he does capitalize on a kill onto Less. So fall back for a bit. The wall already came up here on the defensive side. That is Som with the high tide just to stop the aggression that was coming out from Loud earlier on. Meanwhile, though, Loud has crept up towards A-Long. There's Finesse waiting pretty much at secret at the dugout, waiting to pay passively.
Yeah.
It's a contact play. Aspas activating the dash, now spotted, and it's a double push in. But again, Artis comes in for the instant trade, still at low HP. Cascade to come out, Som pushing through, does get the kill onto Aspas. And the advantage comes back now for NRG. There's a flank coming. It's Victor waiting, greeted by Tui's. And it's a long-range frenzy that wins it. Back to a 2v2, make that into a swing kill after Sadak gets that pick onto Artis.
Som now in the clutch situation. Left. The average for the league is 15%. Som is tied for first in clutches with none other than Leaf. W streamer, W clutcher, can he do it here?
Well, the plant comes down,
planted.
Takes out the first one, down at low HP. So the percentage play is gonna get a little bit shorter if you can't get these kills. Now spots both of them just by the pillar. Cascade to come out, trying to dance around. Here's the reload. Looking for that timing across. Is that the Cascade comes down? It's Tui's and Sadak that never move from their position.
So Marshall as well for the other side? No, Aspas going for full gun. Vandal on 2 here for Loud as they want to secure these rounds. That means I think they're going to play a little safer in general.
Does connect that one though. And somehow, through the Cascade gets a headshot to Aspas. Victor with another smoke kill. It almost feels like I'm casting Ethan from EG. Now close range, no vulnerable, trying to get this kill, but the right clicks to not connect. Sadak answers back to a 4 versus 4. Breathing room now for Loud as they regain control of the pace, of the map, of the round. NRG now guessing around, gambling towards an A rotation, so they gamble for the 8 stack. So far, though, you can definitely see from Loud just making a lot of noise out of here. You still have the lurk pushing up from Sadak, especially after that kill. That might be the killing blow for Loud to capitalize on the round. The read is perfect for them to rotate into the B site and for the flank.
Slow move in. They'll find that nobody's home. And a pretty quick plant for Loud. Yeah, I think once they recognize the Vandals were out, NRG obviously has to play a little bit safer. Get the buddy system going here, and they're just going to look for exits on this one. Loud starting off exactly how they need to. Like I said, once that game's over, you push on to the next game. Not even worrying about what's before. And that's what Fraud said as we interviewed him after their losses. It doesn't matter what happened in the game before. We won it, we move on. Even if we lost the map, we move on. And I think it's such a good mentality here to reset, re-clear, and get prepared for the game. 4 live here, so great that they can bring these Vandals into the next round for Loud. They're going to be in a beautiful position to set up for bonus round.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing that's been the positive aspect for Loud here for the VCT Americas. Is to make sure that they make buy here for Loud onto the second one, so they have to offer the small shield buy.
Yeah. Towards B again. I thought the story of this map after Pistol would be a lot of mid control, but it's the extremities. Aspas talked about it. When things aren't working for Loud, they go to the outsides of the map. They start to play the long game. The aim has been on so far, and it looks like that's how they want to test NRG. Who's going to peek as we get these rifles out? Good control over mid still from Loud as they're looking for the rotate. NRG can probably focus towards B now with their A main push. But you see how pressured Loud feels. Only making moves when they feel like the full team can go forward here on B long.
This is the good part here. Getting that pressure towards B long all the time, pushing Artis away allows for Loud to pick up these orbs, secure the orbs, building it up this time around for Tui's. So we're also waiting for an opportunity to get the high tide into the site.
Oh, they're not going to
this.
expect a lot of people on that right side.
It's going to be a flash. We got both ends! And it's greeted left and right. Tui's answers back. And through the smoke, the spike falls down. Aspas has 12 HP.
30 seconds
Less
left.
up there for the support. As now that there's 25 seconds left,
Wow.
you have to commit now into the B site if you want to move into the B site. Som readjusting his position back behind the screens. Again, it is such low HP and there's more deniability. The wall coming out from the toxic screen, as now we have to commit very soon. There's the first contact coming in for the B link. The spike once again falls, courtesy of Artis, who looks for a second battle here. Finally, the plant gets activated, but now it has to be let go! As Finesse gets the last kill.
Like I said, like dynamite from split to now. KJ util on Art and A for now, and NRG. They're going for a walk up B here really fast.
Like dynamite. Wanted to explode towards the A side control, picked up the orb, wanted to maybe go for some sort of hit if they could catch some players off guard.
All right, reckoning out. That clears Art, so they got to clear back right side if they go in.
Finesse did a good job, though, putting a snake bite on the ground, separating that push through. It's a split coming in from Art and also on A main from Loud. Orb to come up from the Cove, a plant coming in from both angles at Art and also at Long.
Yeah.
First blood comes in favor of less low HP. Kaozin stays towards the church for the heal.
Oh, he's not
High Tide comes out, here comes the bloodbath.
Oh my god, that heal almost got him killed.
A flash comes out as Kaozin holds towards the church across her with Aspas, and it's good for a couple of kills. But finally, NRG start answering back. Crashes in Victor, Nanostorm on the ground, delaying even more for the attempt of the read. Once again, the dynamic duel of Victor and Crashies line up the 3 kills, and it saved the round for the defuse.
You saw the prep coming. You saw Crashies stepping back to his right, stepping back to
Victor
his
has
right.
been finding a great groove in what Golden Boy was talking about before. Flex agent, flex plays, and putting numbers on every single one of these roles week after week. Artis trying to do the same as it connects onto less. No lurk available now for Loud. So any high tide that we see has to be a commitment, and it's already been used early at the beginning of this round for Loud. Aspas looking for an opening, high in the air, but Finesse is playing close. Traded off though by Tui's.
Reckoning and Seekers here for NRG.
Bomb grenade out.
They're okay to let the plant go.
Yeah.
Pushing in towards the flowers. Aspas is trying to break the rotation across.
Oh, Reckoning down.
Does connect there onto Som. Victor trying to get the pick back. As you saw Aspas looking for the escape, looking for cover. And after the Cove breaks, Artis lines up 2 kills. Seekers following onto Tui's on a 3 versus 1. And it's a clean retake for NRG to take the lead on Pearl.
Incredible stuff right now. Loud plants this lockdown. Maybe a fake towards A with how they're positioning so far. As that mid control does come up on this low attack buy here for Loud. Again, pushed up towards B. NRG gaining so much crucial map info to start this round.
Hero rifle coming out from Aspas. Small shield and a Vandal. Alarm bot now broken. Forcing out the rotate for a couple of the players from NRG. You see now Crashies moving across here to help towards the A site. Because we also have Artis, once again, pitted to go head-to-head against Less. Controlling the B main, not allowing any lurks to happen now. For Less, at least, to start things off. For the rest of Loud, though, it looks to be a commitment very soon towards this A site. Still, we have all of Victor's utility. Now minus the turret, picked off. But that gives the information away now for NRG players to get ready. 2 of them playing inside the dugout. Loud still looking to play the contact. Now finally giving their position away by a high tide coming out, blocking the back of the site. And here's the attempt for a plant down. The sprays comes across, counter sprays coming out from Aspas, and the Cove now will secure at least a plant for Loud.
Spike planted.
Aspas still trying to spray through towards the church.
Reckoning's there.
You should run.
But there's an attacker lockdown. Kaozin, though, gets the pick.
Got your trail.
There's a big lurk from Som. He has to win this fight. Cascade is now out on a 2 versus 1. And now with him falling down, that's the lockdown that will stay up and activated. Detaining one, dropping Victor, and it's up to Finesse on a 5 versus 1. Finesse looking for some exits. Less falls. And of course, this guarantees the round now for Loud. Finesse deciding if he wants to make it expensive or just want to save his weapon. And he'll vote for the latter.
Last game. So they've been having trouble getting that number to go up here within this series. Switch of the Killjoy utility as Victor's over towards A, or B rather. And this mid control once again from Loud. Just get a guiding light right through. Aspas follows. Boom. Nice timing on the pit, or the bite as well to stop that from happening. One of the rounds that NRG has not decided to push up around the map on a lower buy, but Artis' op needs to stay on an angle is what it is.
That's why there's a switch on positioning too from the op. What? Just get the wall bang there onto Sadak. Instant heal, falls back, and now this is still Loud pushing through. Crashes playing the off angle at the bottom of the drop, trying to swing out on the timing here as Victor gets a kill onto Les. Meanwhile, the operator has fallen. That was a glass cannon from Artis. And as it comes through, it's Crashes with the Guardian, who gets 2 kills, finally answered back by Aspas. Dashing in, closing in. It's only one player alive. It's Aspas close range who does get the headshot, but he's low on HP.
Oh my gosh.
That would have been funny.
Dare do that. Holy Aspas, ready to win this one. Almost activated, it seems, right now as he confidently moves. But to the door. But to Victor's eyesight.
Too easy.
Still, such a close game. They find Sadak, but already pushing now. From pushing B to pushing A. NRG trying to give Loud a different flavor every round. Loud here pushing back towards Art. Knowing it was guarded by 2, they're trying to play off of instantly what they're seeing on NRG. I like the attacks from Loud to try and pick off what they're seeing from round to round, but NRG also continue to switch it up as these teams just give each other things to answer.
And that's it. Sadak said that NRG always comes out with something new, and this time not only on Masado, from round to round. That previous attempt here from Victor using his own turret as a trap play to get a kill onto Art. But as he loses a turret, it also allows for him to at least push Loud over towards the A site. With this timing, a pit comes out. The execution still comes in though for Loud, attempting to push inside of this pit, attempting to get it down from Finesse. Som also moves in with the shorty. Gets picked off, low HP is gonna be Sadak, trying to clear off the areas. Lockdown now coming through, picked off. But the lockdown is still up. The attackers have to try to push in right now as the pit is about to fall. So Sadak connects onto Finesse. Now that there's 30 seconds left, though, still the whole map to play with the 2-player advantage. Yes, 2 players get locked down.
Oh my.
So this is actually pretty good. This force is now allowed to move out towards Long B. And that's Artis with 2 kills. But now overcommits the trade-off.
Once again, we're almost getting a pistol round strat.
Loud's been doing a lot of those from pistol round to a couple of rounds ago, and now Artis trying to get something with the Blade Storm. Does connect onto Kawatzin. No heals, no flashes. Gets a second one too onto Les. And NRG are just flooding back towards the plaza, and they're shopping for these kills as we have a 2v2. The weapons are still too far away to get picked up now by Crashies or Finesse. At least Finesse does get the push forward. So pushing and pulling as you have Crashies falling back towards the pit. Finesse is looking for timing. Salvage a weapon, potentially.
They cruise around the turret's path. Easy here. Well, KJ's down. I heard the turret from Sadak. I was like, oh my god, they're walking by it. Now plant in sight. Safe plant. They can either go towards Art or A. So it's going to have to be a real look for our NRG here. It's good that you have Finesse coming through to clear this out. Time delay on even getting to the spike.
And with the time delay, though, the Trailblazers clearing out towards Art. So it's now confirmed that the last 2 players of Loud are playing towards A long. So Finesse picks up a weapon.
They hear him running around.
For the 2 players to move in.
They hear him running around. They know Tuis is gone.
There's a timing on this, definitely. First Nanostorm already came out. Finesse, though, really trying to focus on this pick onto Sadak. There's that first flash.
They don't know his timing.
Tapping onto the spike, trying to get it halfway. Here comes the peek out. The timing onto this one. Finesse connects. Now back to a 1v1. There's no time left. He has to move in for the kill. Couldn't get the spray. The round comes in for Loud.
The flow of things, but you say the same thing about Aspas's Blade Storm. That can usually twist a game right up.
Last cannon. Actually, small shield with the operator. Trailblazer hit back. Forces a dash away here from Aspas early.
They're reading each other so well in these attacks and defensive engages here.
Oh yeah, this is definitely the rivalry that we were expecting, that we were looking for. A little bit more quiet but dominant from NRG on the first map. But the last time, as I mentioned before, these 2 teams faced against each other was a lock-in on Pearl, and it was an overtime victory for NRG. So we continue to back and forth from round after round. Artis rotating back, repositioning himself towards the B long. and connects onto Cowadzine.
A connect, just on contact there. And now the wall to slow him down, Van Silly. The 5v4 conversion maybe here. Artist still up in sight.
Spray through the smoke, turns to spot Aspas on the top of the screens. Now looking for the spray back. Storm connects with a second one.
Last player standing.
An alert doesn't work out. Only one player left to go. And it's 2Es. One away from the reckoning.
30 seconds left.
There's chaos all around. Standing lonesome by himself. His artist is still watching the other angle. NRG knows that 2Es is pinned. Trying to go for the peek and the kill. But now you definitely see the time running down too. Thankfully, that wall coming out for the toxic stream, guaranteeing the round for NRG, but also almost guaranteeing here that 2Es could save his weapon. Staying back towards the staircase as it's Crashy's trying to move forward. Round still comes in now.
See if they actually push through and swarm on to now Victor, switching back over to the A site. Great harbor control towards mid. You just give Loud something to think about and get that utility out of them to take the space that they would otherwise play contact to.
From one high tide that's going to get refreshed. Already both flashes and even a trailblazer has been used by Cowadzine. And that's only, what, 20 seconds into the round.
You see a lot of harbors throwing that wall from Art or on that B-Link side. It really just helps to control the first portion of the game and make sure you get at least a flash or two or pressure play by forcing the hand to Loud. Here's this Art play, Van Silly. You called it. Looks like they want it again.
Yep. Cold play would be actually really good here for 2Es because that would allow for the reckoning to happen and to delay that clock down if they get the spike. Turret now picked off, allowing Aspas to move forward with support here for Cowadzine. They want to fight towards the back holes. 2Es falls, that's the spike, but at least Loud has pushed in to take the advantage, pushing out towards the spawn too. And it's Sam by himself, waiting for the cavalry to arrive, waiting for his teammates to rotate for him. He's looking for the play. Does connect there onto Cowadzine, but he gets damaged himself. The support finally comes out. Cascade also pushing towards A main, and there's that flash. Artist looking for a pick! And he does get onto Aspas. But Cowdzine's also there. The 3 versus 2. It's up to Sam and Crashes here for NRG. As Cowadzine's making that 1v1 duel, the pinch across here, trying to close it in, and it works out. Beautiful play from the Cascade for the pinch. Back to a 2v2, but it's still nanoswarms onto the spike. Even a turret to come into contact. Things are looking really good now for Loud, and that's going to be now NRG deciding to fall back, save the operator into the next round. But that was a battle and a half into the A site.
One enemy remaining.
Vamos from the crowd there as Loud picks up another one.
I've seen NRG playing the defensive side on A site. When it comes down to playing, attempting to play the retake, they're really staying back towards the dugout. So they took the pressure towards the back of the site to let that happen. Artist looking for a pick. Another one through the smoke. Aspas once again gets shut down. The reckoning comes out.
They're gonna play in front of it.
We're trying to fight back. Artist somehow through the toxic screen connects with the second one.
Oh, this is messy.
Hit by a Seeker, but it's still Loud, being held back, pushed back towards the pillar. That's gonna nullify the reckoning. That's gonna nullify the Seekers too.
The harbor wall goes up. Gas goes down. They're delaying so well.
Yeah.
And Victor's on the flank. And with no pressure coming out now from Loud into the B site, Victor is just holding the off angle, catches the first one. Back to the once! Gets a triple kill. Pushing through behind the utility, or even in front of the utility from Loud to punish these pushes coming out from Aspas. But now it's Loud on the defense, NRG on the attack, and the orb in their favor, focusing in on Sam.
Yeah, with Crash, he's getting it whether he was trolling or not. They just decide to audible call onto Sam. But yeah, Seekers or Reckoning. They feel like they'll get the space they need, maybe, to get to the site take. They do not toy with mid at all. And right now, distance they're running is out of any earshot range allowed. This is going to be shop control with a 3-2, so expect B-Link to be taken. And I love Loud's positioning for this. They've read this so well. But they do think possibilities of danger coming up behind less. You see those pings.
Yeah, and those ping turns him away.
Yeah. He says, yeah, you might be right, actually. It's a little too quiet, but they're right up on. Aspas can hear this. He's calling it.
He's doing the same thing as Artist, getting in front of that utility from NRG, but it's not connected onto the kill. Artist dashing in and trying to clear out the site. Now towards the generator. It's a 1-for-1. High tide now comes up. We still have more trade after towards the site. Yeah, the spike falls down, and Crashy's looking to backstab some players off the reload. 2's looking for the timing as it's up to Sadak. 1 versus 1 to Dink! Victor did get the Dink in return, but it's still Sadak that wins Being close to tears today.
Placing swarm grenade.
I didn't know the confidence made him blow kisses at people. All right, that's good.
That's always what I do.
Oh, all right. 3 on A. It's 1 on B here. So look to play a little bit of retake and deter energy on this low round. They don't want to be, LOUD does not want to be met with shotguns on this, so they're playing these angles pretty safe. Just quick straights back and forth.
Yeah, and this is where it's going to get dangerous too, right? This is also NRG's map pick. You've lost a pistol now in the defensive half.
Point.
Aspas is already coming out with the Marshall. If you get more flawlesses coming in for LOUD, the converted bonus, that's an early operator, and that's where things get dangerous. So NRG on their end here, the first check mark is at least to try to get the spike down. Bring that economy up, try to fight back with the rifles, keep the economy low against your opponents.
Whoa.
And they'll do just that. A plant owl and a pinch
planted.
onto Aspas. We are dancing around. Cannot get the no-scope this time. No-scope ace coming in from the Marshall. It's traded off, and
Placing
somehow,
swarm grenade.
actually, this might be doable here for NRG. The Marshall's back in their favor. Nanostorm onto the spike. High tide to actually at least block the vision.
3v3.
Coming out from LOUD. As there's that more delay, and a second delay with the second Nanostorm. We need to push through towards this high tide or wait for it to come down. It's a tap onto the spike. There's that flash. Both of them are pushing through. And it's back into the favor, into the advantage of LOUD.
That's the kind of aggression. And 9. IGL up top, and that's going to be helping him stay loud, stay proud as he's giving this team audibles mid-rounds and everything they can to get around Finesse's mind. This push towards B now for LOUD, so they can start to structure themselves towards that mid-A area, giving an early advantage to map control. Let's see if it works out for them.
I suggest you move.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you can definitely see it here from the floating perspective of our observers. You definitely do have Tui's moving
Push.
back,
Nice scaling.
allowing artists to move forward into the site with the rest of NRG for a plant. But look at all the rotations coming in from LOUD. Eventually going to be a triple pushback from Art. Victor getting closed in. Now looking for that battle. Connects. So aware, but at least there's
Push.
Kawadzin there. So it's actually a quad flank just to stop Victor.
This retake.
Big flashes coming across. Poison orb up. Just to try to delay it once again, but NRG staying strong here on the pulse plant
Nice
situation.
flash.
Kawadzin then finally answers back onto Finesse, so that is no more snake bite onto the pulse plant. Artisan crashes fighting inside of Doyle and inside the poison orb. It's all up to left, but there's no time. NRG will be able to answer back.
Had quite an idea to send 2 towards mid, have their flanks covered. They didn't do that on split at all. They were very comfortable moving forward into their positions without any of that Sentinel utility protecting. We might see that a bit here at B as they go pretty fast down long.
And difficult here for LOUD to do the same
right
thing
off
as
the bat.
NRG because you only have Guardians to try to spray across the cascade, allowing Victor to move forward and get a lockdown. Trying to get a last second kill for LOUD as they decide finally to pull back. The dash across, Artist gets control of the back of the site. The cold plant comes in for Som. It's back to the classic plays of playing the post plant. 2 players from long, 1 watching the flank. But the change here for NRG is that they have a lot of pressure coming in from the back of the halls, but it's blocked out by a high tide. Aspas trying to close in. Som gets the first blood into the round. Finally, it took so long before the first kill came in, but now it's NRG all across the board. Only 2 players left. For Les, who fights back. Som trying to look for another one, and Les gets 3 into the round. There's the Cove that comes out, and there's no Nanoswarm because we've actually lost Victor. Breaking the Cove now, Tui's on that 2v1. Artist comes back.
Finding themselves on the sites, finding some successful post plants, 2 in a row there in the second half.
Blinded.
Again towards B. The pressure of this game, I mean, if you're going to go against Sheriffs to Vandals, you would definitely want the long-range battle and not find Sadok's Judge anywhere on the map at this point. So orb grab over on the other side by Tui's. They're going to have Reckoning if they really get an idea and a few members down if they want to use that. It looks like this may just be the good old Sheriff round with a shorty and Aspas, though.
Exactly. So a huge opportunity here to maintain, keep the Cove.
Yeah.
Gonna say the Reckoning alive for the next round as we get the Cove plant. Aspas diving in!
Spike down.
It gets traded off as a pit comes out.
get that's nice.
And that's a spike down. With the spike down and a snake bite, Loud has rotated across. Artist looking to grab some kills. Manages to get one. Escapes has finally. It looked at some.
See the operator now for Aspas. He's going to try to get a pick. Aspas, go forward on the docket.
Kind of looked like Victor was bending bullets like he's Angelina Jolie or something.
Little wanted.
Yeah, nice little kill.
Good one. It's a good one. Favorite James McAvoy.
We're sold.
We're sold. Again, Sadak over towards A.
That's 5 ults available now for Loud.
Yep. So they are playing very safe. Not to be seen first. A lot of the ways that we see NRG play, where they're just hiding around corners, waiting for the team to come closer and closer to use all that utility up before they get the scaling that they want. Aspas
First
has to
bullet
take
shot.
it out.
Taking down the Trailblazer.
Great cascade to just annoy him too.
Definitely a deeper one.
It's a good call.
For all of this, it's just to make noise. Trying to potentially do a double pump now. As NRG are looking for that control on mid. Force out an alarm bot. And then re-hit towards the site. So we're going into the late round of round number 18 between these two Titans.
I've got your trail.
Not too much B-Link play throughout
30
this
seconds
entire
left.
series, but it's up to Artis. He starts off on less. The B-hit underway.
Reckoning on both ends. And the battle comes in the B site. It's a 1-for-1 at least. 15 seconds left. We still have the lockdown available as Artis continues to rain fury inside sight.
Last player standing.
Bro,
10
there's just
seconds
no
left.
chance for Loud to set up
Spike
for any type of
planted.
delay. Sadak on a 3 versus 1.
You stay down.
Yeah,
Like-
I think that might be it too.
NRG puts a small 2-round cushion between them and Loud after this goes off. Turret watching spawn. And everybody's actually has the same angle swing, right? It was like, even if Sadak jumps out, there's nothing he can do to get behind that poster right there under hell or heaven. Saving that. And NRG finally make it away with some members too, which begins to build the economy. A question on it, you want this? No, 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 leave it down. We need to all be rushing into the site together. The only one that stays back, even if they stay back, would be Victor. But Victor's putting all of his only Jet if he can. Let's see where they decide to push on this. 3 quickly here towards A. And they're gonna leave Victor in mid and finesse on the other side. A very early ult from Les. We've seen this before. It's how Loud tries to force the hand of their opponent. Just go the other way. Go into our defense. And it actually works quite well if they need it. Let's see how they continue to move this around. Alt Orb was grabbed. We have Artis on blades if they need to use them in this situation.
Okay.
Sound comes up.
Also had a flash into Art that didn't spot anybody here for NRG. So this is an opportunity here for them to understand that it's a much more passive play, at least if there's players playing inside Art.
I'm amazed they want to go for this, and they're not expecting to just get their faces shotgunned off.
They got a Trailblazer for this too, just to clear out the spot, right? And there it is. It's pushing out their opponent. That's Artis moving in with the Blaze Storm, and that's the kill. Perfect play there for NRG to clear out the pit, but Aspas is already there in the back of the site.
Can he get it?
Trying to get the weapon there, picks it up behind the wall. So get the plant down now for NRG.
He's down, very low. 17 for Aspas here as they set up for the defensive play. They need to get Kalanzine over here so they can get the flashes.
That's a big ult.
The lockdown will help to time for this now. That is a huge ult. Can he escape over? No, Victor has to run.
It's Sadak with the Vandal here, so they're trying to close in against him. As he turns away, the timing on that one. The spike will go off here, and Sadak's still holding his angle, but meanwhile, the Red Hot Loud are pushing into the A site. So now you have to fight back, but there's already a high tide up there. Trying to get a timing out of this one. Sticking it, because we also have the Cove. It's being full stick by Loud.
Thrifty!
Player standing.
They do it again! At the final hour. Let's see if they can keep us going. 9 to 10 here. Can they tie us back up? This wouldn't actually hurt NRG too much in money, so Loud have quite a bit of work to do. Operator back in Aspas' hands. 3 on the site to protect him as well. Or 2 with him, I should say. Looking now just for this quick peek. He'll find a guiding light. And I think that's exactly what NRG wants. Get a bit of this info. The rush! Oh, he still hits Artis! With that in his face.
Took a while for him to get the operator into this map, and finally as he gets it, pays dividend. But there's a lurk coming through, and that's Victor out from Art. Now his blood gets painted onto the walls instead. Answered back by Les. Tui's in the back of the site though. As NRG are storming through. Beautiful flash from Kawatzin. As Finesse, who is not blinded, trying to get the kill.
Yeah.
Seekers then coming out. Player disadvantage for NRG. Trailblazer then coming out here from the defense. It actually does hit some. Jumping with the shorty. Connects. Now on a 2v2. Fighting towards the back of the site. He continues to hold W. Does get the kill back. Advantage that comes through. And solo
in. Like I said, they have to. They're getting beat back by just NRG's economy. At this point, NRG can take chances with the weapons they have. But the chances they're taking are coming up gold. Down towards B long once again to keep an eco round for Loud at distance. But it's the Thrifty. I'm almost even more scared for NRG right now, Vansili.
As he was jumping or trying to jump across to get a heal out from Kawatzin. Tui's just gets picked off. So that's going to give a little bit of breathing room for NRG fans here as there's less numbers to deal with on Loud's Thrifty. Still a Stinger available though, and it's playing towards the back of that B site. High Tide Cascade now coming through. Execution clean for NRG for the plant. No crazy dashes this time around from Aspaz.
Right. Everyone together. As a unit, they now pull back. Just keeping that turret online. You see Victor staying in that column range. And Sadak. Turret will give them up, but they still have to add pressure here to try.
This is good. Getting that toxic screen up allows for them to break a little bit of that utility left behind, so no pulse plant util. But they're doing a great job, at least, just to secure push back as 4 players are fighting back in the front of the pillars, back in B site. So it just nullifies everything else. This is definitely going to be a guaranteed round coming in for NRG. Damage being placed down at least by Les.
Good kill.
Spike will go off.
Time to do it at the end of the split. Almost like Potter said, if you're increasing at this time, if you're finding that groove at this time, it is one of the best times of the season to do it. Once more to be. NRG look for a strat that could finalize this map.
And a standard one at that. Reckoning to clear out the site. Nanostorm's out on a defense, but Artist still made it towards the back of B Halls. Full execution once again. Lockdown to delay even more. That's placed early by Victor. Nothing to counter, nothing to delay, except for Les. Punishing Artist as he was trying to get some ground control back towards spawn. Making things a little bit easier for Loud for the retake. Double flank coming out now for Loud. And Finesse is looking for opportunities to delay and puts a perfect snake fight down with support. Here is now the High Tide coming out from the defenders.
There's 2 back
Roll
hall still.
back here from the B link. To tap onto the spike, the push forward. The shorties does not connect. But players are still playing down. There's no time. There's no time for this one. We have the stick and we won't get it. NRG will get the series. It took all the energy to overcome them on the second map. But they do it with this victory, clinching the playoff spot.
Loud find their first loss from the squad of NRG from Jet and crew. The timeouts called turned to games. The strategies that they had on split got into the mental of Loud. And the final Pearl match. That's all they needed, a 2-0 coming in for NRG. Artists on top map 2, Victor on top of map 1. The duelists have been explosive for NRG, and the rest of the team as well.